Welcome, history buffs. Today we're diving into the lesser-known stories of the women and children detained in Grangegorman before being transported to Australia. Picture this: September 1845, Margaret Butler, a widow from County Carlow, finds herself in a sticky situation. She's nabbed for stealing potatoes to feed her 6 children. Now, in today's world, you might get a wrist slap and a stern talking to. But back then, off to Tasmania with you. Margaret's story is both heartbreaking and remarkable. Transported to Tasmania, or Van Diemen's Land as it was known back then, she took 2 of her children, Mary Ann and William, along for the ride. On arrival, the children were separated, ending up in an orphanage. Margaret, meanwhile, was put to work as a servant. 7 long years later, she managed to get Mary Ann back, but William had already moved on to an apprenticeship. Butler's case is just one of many. Historian Snowden, author of White Rag Burning, sheds light on these women who were far from passive victims of the famine era. Desperate for a better life, they took drastic measures, sometimes even arson, to get transported. Imagine that, setting fire to buildings and calmly waiting to be arrested. In their minds, Australia meant food, shelter, and work, a significant step up from the dire conditions back home. Snowden and Kavanagh are on a mission to tell these stories through a planned book and a free searchable database. This will allow people to trace their ancestors who passed through Grangegorman. It's a treasure trove of records, from admission registers to petitions for commuted sentences and government documents from their arrival in Tasmania. These aren't just names on a page, they're individuals with unique and compelling stories. Now let's inject a bit of Irish humour here. Imagine the conversations in Grangegorman. Sure, Bridget, what are you in for? Just set me neighbour's cow on fire. You stole a loaf of bread. Fancy a trip to Australia? While the humour might bring a smile, the reality was far from amusing. These women showed remarkable agency and resilience, transforming their grim circumstances into opportunities for a new life. The very idea of committing a crime to secure a chance at survival turns our modern understanding of justice on its head. So next time you munch on some chips or fries, spare a thought for Margaret Butler and many like her, whose stories of desperation, courage, and survival are etched into the annals of history. If you're intrigued by these tales, stay tuned for more historical deep dives right here. And remember, sometimes history isn't just written by the victors, it's also written by the women who set fire to things. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.